Hello, friends. This is Kate Bishop with the LGBT Health Resource Center of Chase Brexton Healthcare. I'm coming to you with a video about suicide and about living with somebody or being close to someone who's suicidal right now. There are a lot of reasons why somebody might get to a point where they're considering taking their own life. LGBT people, particularly gender diverse people, are already at higher risk generally of suicide than our cis straight peers are. And there's so many things that could be going on. Just the isolation itself and the stress and sense of fatalism that, if I'm going to die anyway, I might as well have some control over it. The family tension or caregiver tension or being with people that that may be hostile to who you are and your identity makes this a particularly dangerous time. And grief, because so many folks have lost someone or are remembering another loss in their life, including a lot of folks who are walking around with PTSD behind the AIDS crisis. Just know that if you are dealing with that, please, you are not expendable. We cannot spare you. We need every one of us to stay here, every one of us that we can possibly save. So if you're with somebody, these are some warning signs to look for. And it's tricky because some of them could just be like dealing with life under coronavirus, like withdrawal or increased anxiety or agitation or irritability. But look for things like a negative view of self and a sense of being a burden to loved ones, aggressiveness, recklessness, talking a lot about death and really an obsession around dying in a way that looks hopeful about dying rather than wanting to avoid anything that could lead to your death. And just a sense of scrambling resolution, somebody who's really looking for a way to make the situation go away. It can also be a moment where somebody gets very calm after they've had a period of agitation, and that can be an indicator that suicide is happening or suicidal thoughts are happening for that person. So that what you're looking for are these indicators. It's, do they have a plan and a very clear, well thought out, could really happen, and lethal plan is what you're most concerned about. Do they then have the means, meaning do they have pills or a gun or whatever it is that they intend to do themselves in with? And then do they have a time set for the actual event to happen? Those are in increasing severity and a sense of where you would want to make sure that you get help from somebody outside yourself. So what does that look like? Basically, if somebody is in crisis now, get them to a crisis line. That could be the National Suicide Hotline. It could be the Trevor Project, which is a suicide hotline, prevention hotline for LGBTQ youth. The SAGE hotline is for LGBTQ elders. The Trans Lifeline is a national hotline for trans and gender diverse people who need a place to go with their anxieties and feelings and difficult moments. And then the Baltimore Crisis Response. Baltimore Mobile Crisis is a place that can help out if you're immediately dealing with a mental health emergency in Baltimore City or Baltimore County. Some helpful responses if somebody does say that they're suicidal are, you know what, I'm so glad that you told me you're thinking about suicide. Just affirm the person for having spoken up. I'm so sad that you're hurting like this. Empathize with them. What's going on that makes you want to die? When do you think you'll act on those suicidal thoughts? So you can get a sense about what's going on, about the means and the time set. Do you have access to a gun or whatever the means might be for them? What can I do to help you now? Help is available for you. I care about you and I'd be so sad if you die by suicide. I hope that you'll keep talking to me about your thoughts of suicide and just encourage the person to continue. What helps people who are not immediately in crisis are getting care, having access to culturally relevant and culturally specific medical and mental health care from really terrific practitioners. We have therapy happening at Chase Brexton and are taking new patients right now that we can do telehealth with. Helping somebody find skills, positive role models, improving their self-esteem, and just their coping, positive problem resolution skills. Pride is actually something that helps people a lot. A sense of pride in your cultural or religious beliefs, your LGBTQ identity, or what you've accomplished, who you are as an artist, as an athlete, as a parent, as a friend, as the best colorer in your house, whatever is the place where you can feel some sense of accomplishment. And then last, a sense of connection helps people stay here. Do what you can to help the person in your life who's struggling get connected to other people, so they're not relying only on you, and so they feel the real sense of community, like a net holding them together. Stay well, y'all.